All right, attempt number 2. Yeah, I don't know. Hold on. Work. What happened there? But my computer started freezing up and stuff, and so I just wanted to restart it. Deleted the first one, and we're back here. Attempt number 2. So, anyways, speaking of, it has been confirmed Noah Gragson is the winner at Texas Motor Speedway. Bob Pockers just confirmed it on Twitter. Let me pull Twitter up, and then I'll turn my screen back on. What the heck do the people above me do? They're very loud, always slamming the ground and stuff. It's like they're jumping up and down or something. I don't know, but okay. Let me pull up Bob's tweet, and then I will show you my screen again. Bob Pockers is the GOAT. Oh, thank goodness the screen's not on. There was a political tweet. We don't do politics on this channel. Dude, this system slows my computer down so much. Like, it's so cool and stuff with how it works. No, that's not what I want to do. But it slows it down so much. So here's Bob's tweet. It says, hey, Harrison Burton won. And this person below is quite happy with the Kermit the Frog. Refresh. Oh yeah, also no, Gragson dropped the F word on TV. It was kind of funny. He was really mad. I don't blame him because he choked away his chance in the championship 4, but it was like, Bob. Bob Hawkins' tweets are the best tweets. Anyways, nothing else on Twitter that I really want to show you about the race. Back to the results. Playoff implications. I might do this in the future for trucks and Xfinity. With Cup, it's much more difficult to do because I like to make a more finished product with that. I like to have a clean cut video where I can show pictures and stuff. Live streams, because they're live, you can make more mistakes and stuff. You can have more awkwardness, but I don't like having those with videos. So I think I might do this in the future for trucks and Xfinity potentially, but definitely not for Cup. And I do plan on doing some type of thing like this, not a live stream, but recording myself for The Mandalorian. Let's see. Okay, people. We got Harrison Burton winning the race. He led 24 laps. Gragson led 43 laps. Cindric led 10 laps. Yeah, Cindric was barely above the cut line before today's race. Uh-oh, Michigan guy going in for a touchdown. Nope, he got stopped. But, yeah, Cindric was barely above the line before today because he got in that wreck at Kansas I forgot about. And then Alfredo third. That's such a good run for him after he flipped last week. How do I get to the standings? I'm going to go back to NASCAR.com, their main site. Oh, touchdown, Michigan. Dang it, I picked Minnesota to win this game. NASCAR Xfinity logo. No, I don't want the Cup Series. Go back. This is so slow. The streaming thing makes it so slow. Hello, Robert. Hello, Parker. How you doing? All right. I guess, we had to delete the first stream, so I guess we'll go back through the results real quick. So, in conclusion, Noah Gragson with one of the biggest chokes I've ever seen in NASCAR. Like, he had a solid lead the whole last lap, and all he had to do was get a decent 3 and 4. He did good in 3, but in turn 4, he just completely choked. He's in a must-win for the championship 4. All he has to do is win to advance, and what does he do? He chokes, and now he has to win again at Martinsville, which no one in the Xfinity Series has raced there in an Xfinity car, so who knows? That was bad. That was a really bad choke. That was brutal. But shout out to Harrison Burton for making like the move of the century. Like, I was watching it in here, and I was laying down in bed, and I jumped out of bed, and I was like, oh my gosh, he did not just do that. I was stunned. That was amazing. That was an incredible finish. Anyways, Burton with the win, takes a spot away from Gragson. The scenario reminds me a lot of 2015. 2015 Cup Series. Brad Keselowski dominates the day. He leads 312 out of 334 laps at Texas. And with 6 to go, 5 to go, Jimmy Johnson passes him and wins. Jimmy Johnson, a non-playoff guy, beats Brad, and Brad needed to win to make it into the playoffs or championship. Gragson second, needs to win. Alfredo third, really good run for him. Fourth, Cindric. Fifth, Brandon Brown, really good run for him. Sixth, the Net. Seventh, Haley. Eighth, Vargas. Ryan Vargas, Josh Williams, Tommy Joe Martins. Those 3 right there, really, really, really good runs for them. Josh Williams has like 3 top 10s this month or something. Tommy Joe Martins, I think that's his first top 10. Really happy for him. Same thing for Vargas. Really happy for him as well. Alex LeBay, Bailey Curry, good for them. Matt Mills, Brett Moffitt won the Truck Series race at Kansas, I believe, last week to make it to the championship 4. Looking for his second win in second championship Truck Series. Jesse Little, Ross Chastain involved in that wreck. Justin Allgaier was like getting super pissed off after the race. I don't blame him. He was in a crash, but he starts like going off about Chastain being a bad driver, and I was like, dude, you literally went below the line. You went on the apron at Kansas in the middle of turn, or like at the entrance of turn 1, and went back up the banking and made a guy flip. Like, Allgaier seems like a decent guy, and he's a good driver, don't get me wrong, but don't, like, a week after you literally went below the apron on the banking, back onto the banking and caused a huge wreck and a dude to flip, yeah, that's not a great look if you're asking me. So anyways, sorry to Allgaier fans, but that rubbed me the wrong way. BJ McLeod with 17th finish. BJ now owns a Cup Series charter because Go Fast Racing decided to go to a part-time schedule, and so BJ McLeod and Matt Tifft own the other half of the schedule. Oh, Penn State outgained Indiana in yards 488 to 211, and they lost. They had the ball for 40 out of the 60 minutes, too. Penn State, what are you doing? Oh, no. That's brutal. Dude, I'm sorry I'm talking about football, but it's Saturday. What do you expect me to do? That's so bad. Okay, back to the Xfinity results. I forget where I was, but Chase Briscoe, 24th. He won. It didn't matter. Timmy Hill last. That's so bad. I'm sorry, Timmy. Who's your favorite driver in the Xfinity Series? Great question by In Between the Lanes. Timmy Hill, he's up there. I really, really like Timmy Hill. He's an underrated driver in my opinion. He's in like one of the worst cars, and he's gotten top fives in them. I really, really like Chase Briscoe. I've talked about like getting more hats because all my hats are like Chase Elliott or Hendrick Motorsports. Like I got an Exalta Byron Jeff Gordon hat. So I have so many Hendrick hats, and so I'm trying to like diversify. I guess that's the word to use. My hat selection, and I think Chase Briscoe is definitely one I would get next year. A Chase Briscoe like 14 hat. Matt DiBenedetto. I just ordered a Matt DiBenedetto shirt. In fact, it's that 5 stars like would recommend shirt. I'll wear that in videos during the off season. I'm not gonna get it till Thanksgiving. I ordered it and just went ahead and just I'll get it back at home. But yeah. So I'll wear that in the off season. I'm still, if you guys have off season video ideas, send them to me right now because I need them. I got like a short list over here. List on my phone underneath all this homework and notes and voting stuff. Fun. Oh, math homework. I know, yeah. Austin Hill and Brett Moffitt. I really like them. Yes, Roberts. Gragson choked harder than Atlanta sports. Yes. If you're an Atlanta fan, you're about to get tortured right now. Don't let Gragson choking his spot to the championship 4 distract you from the fact that the Atlanta Braves blew a 3-1 lead when they could have made the World Series, and Minnesota faking a punt. Oh no. Minnesota faked a punt and it went bad. It went really bad. Anyways, that was bad. That was really bad. Also, the Falcons blew a 28-3 lead to the Super Bowl, and they blew a big lead to the Dallas Cowboys. They blew a big lead to the Chicago Bears, I think it was. And then they fired their coach, and they won a game. And they're like 1-6 now. So good for them. All right. Yeah, so Atlanta. Brandon Jones had a good day until he, wrecked. I forgot that Burton spun. Dude, it's so weird when someone spins out and like you see them spin initially and you're like, oh, they're done. They're not going to win, even though they have like no damage. And then they like come back and when you're like, oh yeah, I kind of forgot they spun. Like the best example I can think, the worst feeling is like when you're looking at someone in the field and they're having a terrible day. Example, at Kentucky this year, Harvick was like not that good. And I was like, midway through the race, I was like, oh yes, Kevin Harvick's not going to win. Like, I'm so tired of seeing him win. He's not going to win today. Let's go. And of course, like everything's set up for him. And like with 15 to go, he's restarting in second and he takes the lead. And I was like, why did I think that midway through the race he's going to win? He didn't win, but still, that's the worst feeling ever. And when I heard Burton spun, I was like, oh, well, I guess he's not going to win, but then he did. But yeah, that like Blaney spun at Talladega last year going on to pit road, and I was like, oh, well, Blaney looks like he's going to finish 30th. But then I remembered it's Talladega, and he came back and won by that much. Hello, NASCAR Maniac 2009. How you doing? How's everyone doing on this fine Saturday evening? So the setup I got on my screen, obviously we're looking at just like the top 10 results, I guess, because I have nothing else to show you. TV over here, we're watching the Minnesota-Michigan game. And yeah, basically I don't know how often I'm going to do this, but if I do, I'm going to do it for Xfinity and trucks. But no way I do it for Cup. Cup, I'm going to stick with my normal post-race recap. You're going to be at Texas tomorrow? Oh, dude, so lucky. I'm not going to be there. I used to go to like so many Texas races as a kid because it was like 10 minutes from my house. But, now I'm like 10 hours from Texas Motor Speedway. So it's a little more difficult to get there. It's a little expensive for my liking. But no, I won't be there. But dude, I went to the Texas race in the summer because I was home at the time. I had a great time. Don't get me wrong. It was really cool to see the 3-car win of Austin Dillon. But why the heck did they schedule a Texas race in the middle of July at 2:30? That was about the stupidest decision of all time. Like, when I say that, I genuinely mean that was the stupidest decision of all time. It was over 100 degrees the whole race. Even in the shade, you were sweating, dehydrated. Like, I came home, I was in like the 3rd row, so I got all that dust on me. So the left side of my body had grass, it had dirt all over me. The right side of my body, I had put on sunscreen and all that stuff. I was red, I was sunburnt. I got home and I was beyond dehydrated when I got home. I drank about 3 bottled water. During the race, I drank like 6 bottled waters. And then after the race, I drank about 15 cups of water, another bottle of water, a cup of ice. I mean, everything that happened there, it was terrible. It was a really, for New Texas, considering the reconfiguration, the racing has been terrible in the Cup Series ever since we've gone back to Texas on the repave. It was a good race, but the weather made it unbearable. I still had a great time, don't get me wrong, but it was so bad. And then, of course, we come back to Texas now, and they have like the best paint schemes all year for this race, and I'm not going to be there. It was so hot that day. Yeah, I swear I died. Yeah, I thought I was going to die that day. It was so freaking hot. What's it like going to a race in person? I've never been to a race, but would love to go to a truck Xfinity. Oh, dude. Going to, like, watching it on TV is, like, neat and all when you get into it. But being at a race in person, it's pretty neat. So let's say, like, for example, my first time sitting on the fence was this year at the Texas race. And it's an experience. You feel the wind from the cars right there, but you also get a lot of dust on you. If someone spins in the grass in front of you, that gets on you. Like Denny Hamlin spun in the grass in front of us. That got all over our arms. It got in my eye. There was dust in my eye. What else, man? Even if you're like high up in the stands, you still feel the engines in your seat. You still feel the shaking. Still really loud. It's just an experience like no other, I guess, is how I would explain it. So it's a great time. I think you got to get out to a race. I don't care what series it is. I think you got to get out. I've been to Xfinity and Cup. I've never been to a truck race. I do want to get to one. I guess I'll tell you about my plans next year now. I was going to wait till the off season to kind of give you an idea and wait till we get a little closer, but nothing official. But the races I plan on going that I'm 90% sure I'll get to, both the Talladega races, so spring and fall, I plan on going to. As for where I'm going to sit, garage access, toss up right now. And then Texas All-Star race, I'll most likely be home for, so I'm going to try to get to the Texas All-Star race. And then another race that there's a good chance I've been to. I've always wanted to go to an inaugural race, and since it's only 3 or 4 hours down the road from me, COTA. I might go to the first ever COTA NASCAR race next year, depending on COVID, depending on my schedule, depending on what's going on. I might go to COTA. So that would be fun. I've been to a road course race before. Went to Watkins Glen in 2016, so it wouldn't be my first road course race, but I've always wanted to go to an inaugural race, like the first ever race to happen at a place. So that'd be really cool. And then also, what do I want to see? Oh yeah, I've seen the last one. I was at Carl Edwards' last one in 2016, but I've never been to a first one, so I really want to be at a first one. So next year, I think I have 3 really good opportunities. A road course that we've never been to, and then Talladega twice. I mean, you look at some of the guys in the field next year that are going to be that have potential to be really good. Chase Briscoe, Bubba Wallace, Christopher Bell, Tyler Reddick. So we got some really good guys in the field next year that could get their first win at Talladega. And I'd love to be at a first career win. Hold on. I'm going to get some water. My throat dry. Hydration. Make sure to stay hydrated. Trust me. And then as for everything else, I've never seen my favorite driver win in person. I should have in 2014, Jeff Gordon, but Clint Boyer decided to spin out with 3 laps to go, and Brad Keselowski decided to body slam Gordon. I honestly, Keselowski doesn't do that. I don't think Gordon wins the race anyways. He got a horrific restart, and Johnson would have passed him. But other than that, the closest I've been to seeing my driver win was Gordon in 2014, and honestly, Talladega a few weeks ago. Elliott was leading with 2 to go. He was 100 feet from the start-finish line before a caution. If that wreck happens about 2 seconds later, Elliott wins that race. DiBenedetto is one of my favorite drivers too, and he was obviously that close, and a penalty, which I think was a stupid penalty, or not a stupid penalty. I think it was a right call for that, but I don't think it should come down to that, in my opinion. Yeah. Also, next year, oh my gosh, these people above me like freaking jump off their bed for fun or something. Anyways, I have always wanted to see my favorite driver win, and also the Napa scheme for Chase Elliott. I think it's a good looking car, but I'm just so used to seeing it. I want to see something new. I want to see a new Napa scheme. I want to see that 2017 or 2019 Las Vegas. You know what? We're going to Google it. Chase Elliott 2019 Fall Las Vegas. This paint scheme was my favorite Napa paint scheme, in my opinion. I love this car. This needs to be the primary, and the white one needs to be filters, because if it's a filter, doesn't it I don't know, clear all the yellow urine out or something? I don't know. But anyways, that's just such a nice looking car. That should be the primary. And then also, I just don't want to see that. If I go to 4 races next year, the most races I've been to in a season is 3. So if I go to my record next year and I see the Napa car in all 4 races, I'm going to be like, Urgh! One of my favorite things about going to the track is seeing the different paint schemes in person. Seeing them on TV is neat, but seeing them in person up close is so much cooler, getting a picture of them, from right here, So, I've seen Elliott in the Hooters car back in 2017. I saw him in the Kelly Blue Book back in 18 and 16. But it would be really cool to see him in a non-Napa, because I've seen him in the Napa car 50 times. I'm not complaining, but I just like to see more unique paint schemes. And then as for everything else, I'm really looking forward to some of the paint schemes next year. I hope they change up the Ally scheme and don't kind of copy the Jimmy thing for Bowman. I hope Matt DiBenedetto. I really like the classic Matt DiBenedetto 21 Motorcraft look. I really want to see one of the Auto Trader cars in person. Logano, Keselowski. One car I really want to see. The Penske primary paint scheme, that Logano and Blaney run and stuff. I know everyone doesn't like them, but I really like the Dex imaging look on it. I really like the, let me pull it up. I don't know why. I've always liked this paint scheme. Just the way the red and the white clash, I've really always liked this paint scheme. And so I really want to see this in person next year. Blaney's running it tomorrow. Sorry, I'm behind on comments. I'm so sorry, guys. Trucks are sick. They dope. Good stuff. Hey, hello, Cardinals fan 1990. Harrison Burton intimate. Yeah, he dang right. He did. It was kind of funny. Mountain Dew, proud sponsor of Chase Elliott and the Hendrick Motorsports. Yeah. Am I wearing the Mountain Dew hat? Oh, yeah, I am. Gragson punched Burton at Kentucky. Burton knocked Gragson out the Final Four. DiBenedetto needs a Barstool car. My baby. Good chance you'll see the Little Caesars car. I like the simplicity of it, but I wish they would do the black and orange. I feel like that would look neat, kind of like the Hooters paint scheme this year. Oh, Michigan. Yeah, I really want to see the PPG car in person. Hooters car is nice. Rowdy Bush. Yeah, Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick always have good paint schemes. Except for, I don't like Harvick's Jimmy Johns, to be honest. But all the Busch paint schemes are 10 out of 10. What else? Whatever other sponsors he has. Kyle Busch, all of his cars look great. Like, even last year, everyone didn't like the M&M's chocolate bar car, but I still really liked it, to be honest. I thought it was a really good looking car. Oh yeah, Harvick's 2020 Brickyard scheme was probably one of my favorites. It was really nice. Yeah, I agree. But Truex's best was his championship Bass Pro. The I can't type. Dude, I can't type on my phone. I can't type on my computer. I'm terrible at typing. Like this paint scheme, this was the best clash of orange, black, and camo. This was it right here. This right here. Yeah. Who else has good paint schemes? Also, make sure to leave a like on the live stream. That would help me out a lot. Thank you very much. Hello, Mr. Not So Seuss. Seuss? Oh my gosh. So we got people above me who like jumping up and down all the time. And we got people below me that like to blast their music that it shakes the floor. So if there's any background noise, I'm sorry, I can't control it. It's quite frustrating though, so. Yeah. Denny Hamlin, his paint schemes used to be so good, but they've been so disappointing when they just run the same scheme every week, you know? Oh, the Michigan kicker missed it. He missed it wide left. Like, I miss when they had the red, the yellow, or the red, the green, the blue. Like, literally, the first race I ever went to, Denny Hamlin won in the FedEx office, the blue car. I thought that was the coolest paint scheme ever after that. Eric Jones, I like his DeWalt paint scheme. The sports clips is all right. Where else? Who else? I don't even know his sponsors, so I'm sorry. Craftsman, yeah, the Craftsman, I really like that one. Yeah. How long has this been going on? Woo. Oi! Anyways. Who else has good paint schemes? Kurt Busch, yeah, I like the simple Monster Energy paint scheme. The gear wrench is alright too. Oof. Alright, let's see. How long have we been going on here? 30 minutes, and then however long we did that before. So basically, for those of you who are tuning in, we did a live stream earlier before this, and what happened was, in the middle of the live stream, my computer just froze up, and I had to stop the stream and delete the first stream, and we basically just restarted from there. So yeah, that's been the stream so far. Yeah, as I mess with my headphones right here. Yeah. Advertisement. I'm not sponsored, but I just love Taco Bell. Taco Bell's really good. It's terrible for your health, but they have good tasting fast food. Anyways, Wednesday, you can get a free Dorito Loco taco at Taco Bell because someone stole a base in the World Series. So go get yourself a free taco from Taco Bell because someone stole a base in the World Series. Oh, hey, everyone, get ready. Get ready. Indiana beat Penn State. So what happened was, this is a strategy that's not used in football enough. So basically, Indiana's down 1 point with about 1.5 minutes left, right? And they're inside their own 15. And they fail the fourth down, and Penn State gets the ball at the 14-yard line. And so instead of letting the clock run out, letting them get a first down that ends the game, Indiana just says, hey, here you go. And they go and they score a touchdown, but the running back is hesitant to score the touchdown, but he scores, and they kick the extra point, and that gives Indiana the ball back. If they don't score there, they just get the first down. That ends the game. Indiana can't do anything. But because they let Penn State score the touchdown, they get the ball back in a chance. And, of course, what happens? They come back. They score a touchdown. They get the 2-point conversion to tie the game, send it to overtime, and they win on a chaotic 2-point conversion. And, dude, so last year I went to the Cotton Bowl with a friend, right? You guys can go back and watch it. It's in my playlist of live events I've been to. And basically, we were in the Penn State section. And it was interesting. There were a lot of drunk Penn State fans. They were not, I don't know how they are outside of Penn State games, but they did not seem like the nicest people. And we were like, we kind of hope Penn State loses just to see them react, like really mad. But, of course, Penn State won. But anyways, it was a really good game. But, you know, I'm sure those Penn State fans are just like so mad right now. And so Indiana winning. And I got a friend in Indiana. I'm sure he's really happy that, the running back, he gets to the 1-yard line. He's like, oh, crap, no, don't score. Dude, Mark Sanchez and Booger McFarland in the same room on an ESPN halftime report. That's like the biggest meme you could ask for football. Let's go to ESPN. Look at some football scores. Football. Woo! Mookie Betts stole a base. That's who it was. Let's exit out of this. This will be the wrap up of the stream, I guess. There's not much else to talk about. But I'll be back with you guys tomorrow for the Cup post race. I'm not expecting a great. I love Texas Motor Speedway. You guys know that. I grew up there. It was my sentimental home track, so I love it. I hate it when people crap on it, but let's be honest. With this package and the repaved, racing's not great. We got a really good race in the summer. I think we had the 3-car battle for the lead. We had some good battles, but there were a lot of dry moments. So. Really good race, I should say, compared to normal. College football, Texas dominated Baylor. That made me happy. Texas did try to give it away. Usually Texas is the one coming back from a double-digit deficit late in the fourth, but it was Baylor this time. Texas was up 27-3. Baylor scored a touchdown, and then Ellinger threw a stupid interception. They returned it to like the 20, and then, of course, what happens? Baylor scores another touchdown. Texas tried to give it away, but Texas was able to close it off the next couple of possessions. So I'm really happy they're back on the winning track. They've been a really frustrating team this year, and I think this was their best game of the season. Defense played incredible. They didn't allow Baylor to run over them. They didn't allow them to score. I know Baylor doesn't have a great offense, but Baylor did make it to the Big 12 championship last year, and so to beat them, to kind of hold them in place all day was really good. And Oh God, they're showing Jalen Waddle's injury. I have not seen that yet. That's bad. Um, to hold them to that, and then the offense was okay. There were some possessions we looked really good. We looked like we could score at will. Then there were some possessions where we looked like Kansas, not Kansas, but we were pretty pathetic. Auburn was handed. Auburn should legit be 1-4 right now. The refs have handed them 2 wins. The spike by Bo Nix that he fumbled because he threw it backwards, that awarded them the win against Arkansas, and today on a kickoff it hit the Auburn player's hand and went to the end zone, and Ole Miss recovered. It should have been an Ole Miss touchdown. They didn't even review it, which is complete baloney. So Auburn should be 1-4. Ole Miss and Arkansas should both have wins over Auburn. So Auburn getting bailed out by the refs to give whatever, I don't know why they did that, but complete baloney. Indiana beat Penn State. That made me happy. Ooh, LSU destroying South Carolina. What else? What's the best way to do a NASCAR-based YouTube channel? I already have 2 videos. I want to talk about trucking. That is a great question. You know what? What I did at the beginning, I did not start out as a pure NASCAR channel. I started out as, I really wanted to do everything, but as the road went on, NASCAR became the most successful thing on my channel, so I stuck with it. But the advice I can give you is start off just being you. Don't try to do anything crazy. Don't I don't know how to explain it, but just be yourself. Just, whatever you think, whatever your opinion is. Everyone has their own opinion. So if someone wrecks someone else, you just say, hey, I think it's this person's fault. Just give your honest opinion. Just be honest. Just be a racing fan. There's a lot of racing fans out there who love giving their opinions. I'm one of them. That's why I do this now. And my advice to you would just be yourself, give your opinions. People are going to disagree with you sometimes. Sometimes someone's going to say in the comments, I don't agree with you. I think that's stupid, but don't take it personally. It's the world. People have different opinions than you. Just stick with your opinion. Just give an explanation of your opinion. And then, I think a great way to start, like you said, is to do race recaps. I personally only do Cup because I just do Cup. I focus on Cup. I sometimes talk about Xfinities and trucks. I'll do that for the championship, but great way to start is by doing race recaps. What I used to take notes, but on what happens each lap, but I just thought that was a waste of time. So what I now do is you watch the whole race and you try to get the big picture, what happened. So last week, for example, Joey Logano wins. That's big for him because he was below the cutoff line, and that win got him to the championship 4. And then obviously you had the big controversy of the dirty air. Do we need to keep this package next year? Do we need to get rid of it completely? So that you could talk about it, but you definitely got to give your opinion on it. So I think that's something big, giving your opinion on big topics like that, talking about those big topics that happen in the race. And if someone in the playoffs wrecks, let's say this week, Denny Hamlin crashes or something, he blows a tire halfway through the race, and someone below the cutoff line, Kurt Busch, wins the race. That's going to put Denny Hamlin in a deep hole. So I think a big topic there would be Kurt Busch winning the race, locking himself in after being in a must-win, and then also Denny Hamlin being a championship favorite coming into this round, being below the cutoff line heading into Martinsville. That would be another big topic. And then as for silly season news, what I do there is I just pull up Twitter and I get the news. So there will be a press release, there will be quotes, there will be the official report, who first reported it. Those are the first 3 things I try to mention. You try to do in my opinion, I think you get the facts first. You say Brad Keselowski's on a 1-year deal with Team Penske extension, reported by Bob Pockrass. I don't know who reported that. And then the next thing you talk about is the quotes. Brad Keselowski, I'm so happy to stay with Team Penske. Great. Get that out of the way. Roger Penske, Brad's won a championship with us. He's a great driver. I'm happy to be with him again. Quote number 2. Great. So I think if you can get it as quick, I do everything as quick as possible. As soon as the news breaks, I try to get as much information as possible and talk about it. And then you do that, and then after that, you give your opinion. Say, I really think this is a good move for Penske and Brad Keselowski. They've been together. They're currently a championship threat, so why would they not stay together? Or you could give a different opinion. Brad Keselowski seems frustrated at Penske. He should have gone to Hendrick. I don't know. But you just give the facts at the beginning and then go on to giving your opinion. So that is, I know that was longer than you probably expected. That was longer than I expected for that explanation, but that's my advice to you. Any other questions any of you have about that, feel free to leave it in my comments. Feel free to tweet me. Feel free to tune in the live stream, ask me questions. I'm pretty flexible on these live streams. I'll answer about anything. So, yeah, great question. In between the lanes, great question. Yeah, take notes on every lap. Yeah. My advice there, once again, I don't think you have to give every specific detail. I used to do that, and it would be like a 25 to 30 minute video, and it's like 15 of those minutes are pointless. So I'd say just hit the main points, hit what you thought was good about the race, what was bad. So looking back at the Texas race in the summer, because I was there, something I really enjoyed, there was a 3-car battle for the lead between Keselowski, Blaney, and Hamlin. So that would be a highlight. I'd say that was a really good point, and I think they had a really good battle for the lead. I think it really showed the highs of this current aero package. And, one of the bads was that we had a 60-lap run of straight racing, nothing happening. And a stupid moment, Quinn Houff trying to pit from the third lane. There we go. What's up, NASCAR fan 93-100? How you doing? We're just talking. We did our Xfinity Series recap, and then we started talking about football, and we're currently on the topic of talking about NASCAR, I guess. Just, typical what you do for a NASCAR channel. So I'm just throwing some advice out, I guess. I'll go back to NASCAR.com. We'll stop staring at the CSP, and we'll go back to what we're here to talk about, NASCAR. What's the other thing? You're welcome. In between the lanes. Also, Chase Elliott is horrific at Texas. I hope he just, survives. 15th is, the best he does. And then he goes and wrecks at every other race. So he's terrible at Texas. I hope he gets a top 10 at worst. But let's be honest, top 10 is the best he's going to do at Texas tomorrow. Most overrated and underrated drivers in NASCAR. That is an incredible question, my friend. Underrated, completely honest, underrated. I really do think Timmy Hill is a super underrated driver. He's in the freaking MBM car, who runs 35th to 40th every week, and he got a top 20 at Bristol. He got a 14th at Indianapolis, and he got top 20 at Talladega this year. He's got 2 top 20s in an MBM car that runs 35th to 40th every week. That's not supposed to happen. One of them was Talladega, but still. And then Bristol. Freaking Bristol. And last year he got a top 10 at Bristol. He's gotten top 5s at Super Speedways. I think he's an extremely underrated driver. Who else? I got to go to the standings. Hold on. Oh my, hello. Racing Reference info. I think Matty D, I need to see him another year in this car because he's never had a full opportunity. He was in an LFR car for 1 year and got booted out, so he never got a chance to gel with his team. This year he got time with Wood Brothers Racing, but it was a really weird year, so they never got a chance to gel. So I think next year's a big year for him. Tyler Reddick, I still consider him an underrated driver. Michael McDowell's an underrated driver. Bubba, I consider him a question mark still because he's been in RPM equipment, so he's never had a chance to do good. But he's going to be in a good car next year, so next year's a good opportunity, but he's got a probably multi-year deal, so he's got time to improve. Overrated, if we're being honest, I don't. This hurts me to say, but Ryan Blaney. I love Blaney, but he can't close out on races. He wins in the not the stupidest, but the most chaotic ways. The Roval, Talladega. But then he goes and dominates a race like Texas, and he can't close it out. He can't have anything go his way. Sometimes it's not his fault. Sometimes it is his fault. And I'm just like, dang, Blaney. Like, I need to see Blaney win multiple races in a season. We've seen other young drivers, like their third or fourth year in a ride, win multiple races. We saw Kyle Larson in 2017 win 4 races and compete for a championship. The past 3 seasons, we've seen Chase Elliott win 3 races. Ryan Blaney gets 1 win a year. That's very disappointing for that team. They are better than 1 win a year in a freaking round of 16 elimination. Underrated drivers, I think underappreciated is Alex Bowman. I'm not going to call him underrated, but I think he's underappreciated. Another underrated driver is, or overrated. Let's go to overrated. Overrated. I think everyone this year, for the most part, is rated pretty good. Harvick, Hamlin, they're freaking amazing. Brad is amazing. Chase is good. Logano is great. Bowman is good. Truex this year has been, for his standards, he's been bad. Kurt Busch is having a good year. All right. Hold on. My computer's making loud noises again. I just need to quiet it down. ESPN seemed to quiet it down. I would say this was one of the best, if not the best, finish for 2020 Xfinity. Dude, Xfinity racing is some of the best racing. Like, they are absolutely amazing. I don't know why, but they always put on the best races, except for Super Speedway. Cut puts on the best Super Speedway racing with this current package. If they touch the Super Speedway package, I'm gonna cry. Favorite Truck Series driver? I really like Brett Moffitt. Brett Moffitt seems like a good guy. I really like him. Truex Jr. would have won that Roval race if Jimmy didn't wreck him. Probably. Unless Jimmy pulled off some miracle move and, like, bumped him off the track cleanly. You know, like, just kind of door slammed him to make him miss the turn. Then it would have made Truex have to stop. You guys are asking me some good questions here. Thank you. My computer's, like, screaming right now. All right, let's. No, that's not what I want. This is what I want. No, I'm terrible at this. All right, let's do this. Whoop. My face is big now. All right, we're just going to do that for a minute. We're just going to let my computer kind of cool down. It's kind of freaking out. Overrated drivers, Trucks, Chandler Smith, Xfinity, no, Gragson, cut Ryan Blaney. Gragson, I don't know if I can call him underrated. I would just say inexperienced. You know, he's still young. He still doesn't have much experience. He makes stupid mistakes because he's young. So I wouldn't call him overrated. I'd just say inexperienced. Chandler Smith, yeah, KBM's just sucked the past couple of years. I don't know why, but they've sucked. Yikes. Kurt Busch is a good commentator with Truck Series playoffs. I haven't watched many Truck Series races this year, to be honest. I don't know why, because I always like trucks. What time is the truck race tomorrow? Computer, like, calm down. Duh, frustrating. Oh shoot, it's already 8:45. All right. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna end the live stream here. Let me put this back. But thank you for tuning in. 12 o'clock is the truck race. Thank you. In between the lanes. I had a fun time talking about the Xfinity race, talking about football, talking about NASCAR, YouTube, all that stuff. It was a good time. So thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And yeah, have a great day. Have a great race day tomorrow. We'll talk about it, and I'll see you then.